Oh my god, he has clothes on.
Right. I'm going to get this out of the way before we get into the nitty-gritty of the meeting, because it's going to be more tedious-based stuff.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Order 66. We discussed a couple days previously about shaking up Sandy Shore's production and distribution rate of marijuana. As we know, Dre is no longer affiliated and a part of their program, but they are still #1 spot on the tablet. If everyone gets their tablet out and has a look on the Group 6, not the Group 6 app, we don't do Group 6, on the HQ app, goes to Turfs, you will see Sandy Shore's 100%, as it has been for about 3 fucking months. We're at 23, which is quite good now. But for anyone that doesn't know, everyone that you see on that list, their progress is based off of the #1 spot that is Sandy Shore's, which means everything you do is compared to them. So if you slow them down, everyone else accelerates. This is when Order 66 comes into play. Now, Order 66 is the plan to slow them down. And we'll start from the top and we'll work our way down. You have the company. Everyone's familiar with the company, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Company, you got OTT, Benji, Ray, Mickey, probably a couple others at this point. They had the whole intern program. I would assume that they've got people there. Their turf, where they get people to push for them, is Sandy Shores. Top spot. Currently uncontested. No one's giving them any problems. They just go there. They push fucking thousands and thousands of baggies a day. They don't know what hard work looks like. They just stand there, pass bags to locals. No interference. Reggie, according to Dre, is their #1 grower. That's the main man. Then you got Fred and Dow, who's the 2 side growers, basically the side pieces because they can't quite keep up with the workload. Then you got KJ. KJ's the man on the ground, and he is distribution. Anyone that gets weed for Sandy goes through KJ, and that is the supply chain.
Chris, thank you so much for the
We don't give a
15.
fuck about Dow. We don't give a fuck about KJ. We don't give a fuck about Fred. We don't give a fuck about Reggie, and we most definitely don't give a fuck about the company. We give a fuck about the roots of the operation, aka the runners. There's 3 different groups of runners, supposedly, which is couple of old Rust members have been spotted down there. A couple of old Seaside members have been spotted down there. And a couple of old BSK members have been spotted down there. I know what you're thinking. What a great bunch. But it's okay, because it's not just going to be us getting involved in the thick of it down there. Over the past week, I've reached out to a couple of groups, and we have a surprisingly good interest rate. And we will be joined by ourselves, Hydra, Saints, and Open to Expansion. All 3 of those groups will be executing Order 66 and trying to slow down Sandy Shores. This means it will be daily attacks. Frequency is up for debate. Obviously, you know, we'll rotate between the groups, but the more frequent that this takes place, the slower they're going to slow down. And ultimately, it ain't about what we're taking off them. It's about striking fear into them and making sure that they don't feel safe and they change up the way they're selling, ultimately slowing them down. Now, we're going to start this very soon. I found out today that Dre's waiting on a $60,000 payment from KJ. So we're going to pause Order 66 until he has that money, because that would be slightly unfortunate if he gets cut off. But as soon as that is up and he's got that money, it's go time. Now, we ain't going to rep when we do it. I don't think any group is going to be repping. It's going to be a low-key thing. Different outfits, you know, we're going to blend in with the sand. I think motorbikes could be a good approach, you know, have a couple of people on motorbikes, have a couple of people in cars, you know. Unidentifiable, can't trace it back to us. 3 different groups. Everyone's a target. Now, there's probably going to be some people down there that, you know, you might have a loose connection to, you might fuck with, you might think, oh, I used to know this guy 5 years ago. Fuck him. Order 66, everyone gets it. If they're running and they're selling weed, they get robbed. Inconvenience their day, right? If they're...
What
He's active. He's pumped. He's
ready for it.
He's ready.
I was testing it out, bro. I was testing it out, bro.
No, all right, fair play. Fair play.
Right,
No,
it's
I
Sparky,
deserve
mate.
that. I deserve that, bro. I deserve that. Fucking hell. You gotta take their weed,
My bad.
make their pushing an inconvenience. Whatever you think you can do in a robbery to make it a little bit more difficult to push. I don't know, maybe fucking get their weed and throw it into the bottom of the Alamo Sea so they have to deep sea dive to try to find it. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. I don't care what the fuck you're gonna do. Slow them motherfuckers down. Slow them motherfuckers down as much as we can. This is gonna be starting very soon. And when I give the green light, it'll be Hydra, Saints. I'm potentially going to speak to CG, but I think we keep it as the 3 groups, see how we get on, and then if we need to bring in more people, we can.
Sparky, I don't mean to cut you off, but just a quick 30-second sidebar. I've just had a light bulb. Come here.
Anything you can say to me can be said amongst everybody.
Thank you.
probably
46,
wanna- you probably
Order
wanna-
66 is full disclosure.
He's keeping secrets.
It's not secrets. I just didn't want to say it in front of everybody unless it was a good idea because I don't know if I'm on crackhead
speak
energy
it,
right now.
because everything you say
Here's
is
what
good,
I'm
Steve.
thinking.
Believe in yourself.
When we rob their fucking weed, we black the fuck out, we go push their weed on other people's turf. And then other people get pissed off at company because they're selling their strain.
Yeah,
Question
you know what
for
they
you.
say, the
Question
Lord
for
can
you.
lead you to,
Yeah.
the Lord can lead you through it.
How are you gonna go push on someone else?
We have 3 PCs.
Just do it.
We can figure
Just
it out.
do it.
Oh, okay.
We can figure it out. We can buy their turf.
Maybe
yeah.
we stockpile the weed and then
That's
we
what I'm
scheme
thinking.
on the turf. We keep
That's
it.
what I'm
We keep
thinking.
it.
Exactly.
We keep it.
Exactly.
Louder for the people in the motherfucking back.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's when you have to say louder, Steve.
Okay, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Do you want me to scream? Do you really want me
I'm
to
so
scream?
sorry. I'm sorry. That's me. I'm sorry.
bro. Give me your all, bro.
Give it all you got, bro.
They're fucking getting it! Yeah, they're fucking getting it.
Yeah.
That's right, they're getting it.
Woo! Yeah.
We're coming for the top spot.
Yeah,
We're coming for the top
Terry, I
spot.
wish you could be here.
Why is Ricky not wearing shoes?
That's what I asked whenever he first got here.
He's staying grounded because he's ready. He's going to feel the sand in between his toes when he steps into
That's
sandy
right.
turf. That's right. I see the vision, Ricky. Well, before we move on to the more boring shit, anyone got any questions about Order 66?
Are we killing the kids in two or not?
So,
twist it.
okay.
You don't kill the
I
kids
have
and you
a
don't kill the
question.
mothers.
Twist his dick off.
So how
Let's
you
hear it.
gonna?
Let's
Okay,
say grab
so
it and twist it and
how
fuck.
are we gonna deal with blowback? Because there will be blowback.
Now, this is the thing,
Blowback.
right?
So for example, so for
Let's see the
example,
example.
like if we, so say they start getting robbed, right? Like they're gonna obviously, start having straps on them. Because I definitely know they'll have straps on them if like it gets like a bit hairy up there.
You get messy.
This,
So are
this
we
is
gonna,
my
like-
thought process, right? If we can get them to the point where they're having to carry straps while they're pushing, Order 66 is already 50% complete.
Yeah.
Like,
And
the
then we
whole
take their
aim of
guns.
this, well, I mean, yeah, that's another benefit right there. The whole aim, right, is to just make it. Like, I know for a fact they got music in their AirPods. They're probably on a roof. They're on a bike. They can go for 6 hours, and the only thing they got to worry about is cops. If they're having to look over their backs, they're carrying guns. They got to worry about cops responding and catching them with weed and guns. It just complicates their whole process even more than it already was, right?
True.
And we
True.
can rub their guns
Okay.
off them if we catch
And we
them.
can rub their
True.
motherfucking guns. That's damn straight.
Actually, yeah, that work out. You're not wrong.
I take
Okay.
it when you say guns, you're talking these people would be able to get access to civilian guns, right?
A bit of both. Yeah, I'd say civilian and most probably making their own.
Okay, who okay, this is a good question for you, Drake, because you know the people better than anyone here, right? When we're talking about the ground people shotting, who do we need to look out for?
I would say most probably the line that's closest to us all.
What, Seaside?
So I'd say like the XPSK, some of the Seaside, most probably the Rust. I would say those mainly because those people would most probably be the muscle to protect the runners of doing what they're doing. Because I'll be honest, the runners they just run, bro. They just sit up there all day, every day, pushing.
So they're
With
not. So
the
these
wrenches
three
out.
here aren't the ones that push. They're the ones that watch
They're
over,
the
or they
muscle.
push, but they're the muscle.
Yeah, they'll most probably push and be the
What the
muscle too.
fuck?
So yeah, I would say look out for
Okay,
them
well,
the
that-
most.
That's all right then. We can. Well, if we know there's people beneath them
just
who are
went-
just runners,
who
they're
just
our
went to
real
the
targets.
ground?
Like if we can just get the unsuspecting innocent runners, because you gotta remember as well, these motherfuckers is getting robbed regularly. They're not gonna want to work for these
Dude,
people no more.
Where's Matt going?
So we're targeting their
He needs a
garage.
second. Can't hear us.
We want their Rajas. We want their juniors. We want their fucking Shazzers.
Yeah.
We
Well,
want
that's what I'll say.
their ground troops.
All right. Well, yeah, I would say the XBSK and the Rust and the Seaside, which is like really just one of them, protect the runners, but they also push tools. So it's like all of them are practically, you know, once one robbery starts to happen, I reckon they'll start getting straps, and then they'll all start like protecting each other. Also, keep it in communication with the radios too.
How heavy is
It might be
cops?
nice
Like,
to
just
maybe.
walk around with a load of shit on them at once, or not?
Nah, they walk around with a bit, and cops are up there frequently.
I'm thinking it might be worth it if we do manage to hit like a little quiet robbery. You know, is you know, you get one person. Always check their radio frequency then, because if they're on like a universal radio up there and we get that, that's a big big help.
Oh, big time. They're always like on the radio with each other. They're always communicating. If something happens to one, the rest find out.
Noted.
If they ask why we're doing this, what do we say? Like, hey,
They're not
fuck
gonna
you.
know that we're doing this, Ricky.
We don't exist. We're not there.
Yes, Saint.
Okay, hear me out. What would happen if we put somebody in on the inside?
Ooh.
Have somebody like go in and like basically like so what do they need to do in order to push for them? That's a question for Dre. Do you know? Patrick, thanks so much for the 15 months.
They're very cautious about who they put on. They're very cautious in, you know, they're very like, like I would say like their trust is like zero for anybody that's not a part of them.
Right.
And they're very cautious.
But what if somebody that was like XBSK, Seaside, Express, or whatever vouches for somebody to push
Then that's
for them?
fine. Then they'll most probably think about it and watch them
This
while they
secret
come in
weapon.
and work.
Raj.
You know what? That's not even a bad idea. That's
could you
not even
repeat
a
that
bad
for me,
idea.
please? Did you say Raj?
He's the
Potentially
perfect
Raj.
person.
You know who is the perfect
okay.
person?
Hmm?
You know who actually is the perfect person? On a mad one. He has a shit haircut.
John.
And he's from Newcastle.
Is that John?
Is it Matt?
And he already has half
John.
those people on
Definitely not
side that
from
we were talking
Newcastle.
about. Think about it, right?
Oh.
John's like, I just need to make a bit of money. He gets on the inside. He feeds us information, but we never burn it.
Yeah.
Because then we can keep him in on it, right? So say we hit a robbery, John's in with them. John then gets the down low. Yo, one of the people got robbed. We're going to start doing this to counter it. And then boom. All of a sudden, we're one step ahead every time. They never suspect
See?
John. He used to be with them, no? He used to be like Seaside.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did with me and Terry, yeah.
See?
Question is, would John want to show us that loyalty over his old people?
That's a question
told-
for John.
He told me
That'd be
yesterday
asking
his
him to go against his old boys, yeah.
he told me yesterday that his loyalty with Terry is stronger than his loyalty with anyone else, being Benji and KJ.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even really going to have to deal with Benji at all. KJ maybe, but he could
think
be a
with,
good inside person.
You missed the point.
I think with our
shit haircut.
history we have with everybody, it's it's definitely a harder situation for other people, you know what I'm saying? Because we're boys with these people, but also at the same time, like business is business at the end of the day. I think we kind of understand what's going on. And I know John understands what business is all about. So for this to improve the business of the manor, getting up there, I think John would understand that.
We'll leave it as we'll have a conversation to John. See what energy he gives when we pitch that to him. But that's a precedent we need to follow for the whole thing. None of this is personal. This is all weed business. That's all this is. The weed business is a volatile industry. and a violent one. This was gonna happen at some point with somebody. It just required someone to be the first to do it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if us doing this opens the gates to a lot of other groups getting the same idea and starting to fuck with other people's weed business.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Order 66 has a pin in it until Drake has received his... Drake? Until Dre has received his money. I just love you that much, bro. That I just... You're Drake status in my mind.
I respect that.
Once we spoke to John and Dre has his cash... Order 66 commences. Now, please help me scrub this out just in case anyone comes and sees the shit.
Yeah, get rid of it. Get rid of it. God.
That was
boring stuff.
That was a great presentation, SK.
Yeah, that was actually really good. I ain't gonna lie.
Really good.
Yeah, that was fire.
Now the boring stuff. Where the fuck
You're whispering, by the way.
Oh.
The what?
No, I was gonna say where are the circuit boards. My Order 66 speech has made me forget what I actually was gonna say afterwards. Pushing weed outside of the whole robbery thing. We had like 3 or 4 instances in the last 2 weeks of people getting caught with a shit ton of weed, wearing MANOR clothing, or people are getting associated with MANOR and getting caught with 50 cali. That literally has to stop. I've already told most people, like, no one should be pushing in the actual, like, base of the cul-de-sac. It should only be on the other side of the road. No one should be wearing any sort of MANOR clothing. Re-ups in the house are, like, no more. If you're going to push 100 baggies, go put 100 baggies in a bin and get your re-ups from the bin or a car parked, like, a block or 2 away, and just do it that way. And then when you fucking go to the house, make sure you've changed outfit. Because with how the cops are moving with weed, it takes 1 picture of you doing a handoff and 1 picture of you going in the house and the whole house is raided. And that's a big kick to the nuts. So we can't let that run. With runners, anyone who gets caught, cut them off of weed supply. I've already told this to Els and Dre until they've been vetted and like put through an actual test to check that they know what the fuck they're doing with a full member. So like, take them out, show them how to properly push, give them a good process. And then if they make you think that they can do it, get them on the weed again. And that doesn't just go for hangarounds. That goes for literally anyone. So the next person to get caught, whether it's a hangaround, MANOR member, or fucking shotter, is going to get cut off until they've gone through someone that hasn't had any problems while pushing to show them how it's done properly. That cool?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I done some testing today with pushing. Seems like it's pretty fucking shit again, I can't lie. But from my testing, it seems like Covenant is the best place to do it. If you do it further up Grove Street towards the gas station, the locals are coming from the buildings in Gangton Court and can't get out of the buildings.
Covenant.
And then they also come from Brogue Avenue, which don't get to you in time. So Covenant Avenue seems to be the best place to do it. It's far enough away from all of our shit. So I think we should probably just start Covenant.
I got a really good spot. So there's a Covenant, and then it's Junior's spot as well. But I got the spot. So it's just above Covenant. You see the there's that little alleyway between Covenant and Carson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that little alleyway there, really good. And then there's a little jitty in that on that alleyway between the 2 roads. It's like really like lock off. You can't. There's no way a cop sees you if they're driving past.
Are we pushing here?
No.
No, I used to be able to, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Damn, never mind.
Wish you could.
Outside of that, we have a shit ton of washing machines now at the secondary house. You're probably better off explaining the deal with that, Steve. You know that.
Yeah. So Kenny and Matt upfronted enough money to buy about 40 washing machines. So we currently at about 60 in the second house. 62, I think, to be exact.
It's 60. It's 60 and then the big one.
Yeah, so 62. What we're doing with that is short term. Every heist we hit, we're going to wash the cash through the machines, and we're going to use that cash to buy the washing machines back off Kenny and Matt. It's going to take, if we hit a heist every day, it's going to take about 3, maybe 4 days to buy them all back off them. In the meantime, of those 3 or 4 days, Kenny and Matt are going to clean all of their cash as well, so that their bottleneck of cash will be dealt with we'll have 62 washing machines in the house, and then in 3 or 4 days, Saint is going to be taking over the operation. She has some people in mind to help her out. She's going to be running basically like a laundromat. You will be, hopefully in the long run, you'll be able to just sell her your rolls at a discounted rate, better than you get off the street with like Fanny and stuff. But obviously short term, we won't have the capital to do that. So you're going to just have to leave the money with her to wash it and get it back after the fact. Make sense?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
So-
self-explanatory.
And me and Kenny not having any involvement with that then?
You can figure it out. You can, yeah. But Saint was the one that was going to run it originally anyway. So if you want to
Okay.
involve, you can
Yeah,
chat with Saint. I'm sure
misunderstood.
she's happy to
Yeah, it's all
let
good.
you help.
Yeah, that's the laundry thing. We are gonna need, to a certain extent, a little bit of a push on materials again. So if anyone is like got time and there's a group going out to do Sani, just even if it's just for one night, like in a day, just go hop on, get involved with it. Because now we got I don't know if you lot have seen, but I'll get one out. 'Cause I got one on me. Shopping gives out a bunch of blueprints now. You get this thermal fuse, an RC car, and a fingerprint scanner, right? I think it is that you get from roof running.
Yeah.
We're kind of assuming this is all going to have some sort of reference to robbing Bay City, because you know the big vent on the roof of Bay City looks kind of like you'd be able to fit an RC car in it, but not a person. So I would assume for the next few weeks, everyone's going to be mashing out sanitation to try to get materials to craft all of these different bits and bobs. So
Yeah, the issue with materials is like before we were concentrating on circuit boards to get GPUs, which we, you know, ideally can still push a bit because we've been stagnant on that for a bit now. Things like the circuit breakers for the house, the solar panels for the house, the new things like the thermite, all this stuff, it's all materials. It's constant. Everything, more and more stuff is coming into mainstream, which requires more and more materials. So although the material need for the GPUs has reduced and halved, then everything else is kind of taken over. So we need, we need more people doing sanitation. Right now, Sani has a pay rise. Me and Saint done a daytime Sani and got 900 materials each. So it is definitely giving out more materials, about 30 to 40% more right now. So it's a good time to do it.
And I'm also 80 at my rep, so I'm getting close to being able to do the really good reps.
Yeah.
Nice. As long as we have a couple people that can trade them in.
Yeah.
Everyone else can just hop on when they can, you know, with those people. So that is that. Also, we need to do one more cash exchange, and I think we're going to be at the end of all the clues for the books. What's the words right now? It's follow the points, right?
Yeah.
So potentially the last book might give us like coordinates or something along those lines. We could do that. Is that tomorrow? We can do that.
No,
Or day
that's
after.
Wednesday.
Okay. So Wednesday will be our last cash exchange, and then hopefully we'll be on to a new heist, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say what it will lead to, but something cool.
Something else to add, chopping today. I got a turbo from chopping. If people don't know, you can get turbos from chopping.
What turbo did you get?
I got a 67mm turbo.
Ooh.
Not shocking, but you know.
It's not bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I
also got some information.
Better than a kicking deck.
What are you saying, Eli?
I was saying someone I know got an 87 yesterday as well, so.
Yeah.
That would drive
Also-
down the prices, wouldn't it, of standard.
I mean, they're only like 2K, so.
Oh.
I got some information from Blondie today. A friend of hers doing a vault run, a G6, finished the vault run, and then received a brand new access card.
Oh.
Never seen before.
Go on.
Yeah. So she doesn't know exactly how you get it. He just finished the vault run and got it. So I'm assuming it's similar to the blueprints with chopping and stuff. You do a job, you might get it, you might not. So GG.
We're going to need one of those. If I had to assume, that's going to be something to do with the RC car, the thermite, and the finger scanner.
So Blondie's working on trying to get one too, and if she gets one, she said she's going to put it away and keep it safe until we can figure out what it's for.
What if
Yeah,
it's
I'll
for
try to find more
the,
information on it as well too.
What if it's for the Bay City? Like, you know that door? There's a door there, like...
But yeah, that people that have like maxed out rep with Group 6 probably will have access to all the rooms upstairs. including the securities down, outside of the maze banks as well too. So that's going to be very important, including having access to the gate down below as well, to the back as well with that. So yeah.
I wonder how public that is right now.
That
Probably
card?
pretty. Yeah.
Well, I feel like, yeah, I feel like if, say for instance, like we did do a job, you will have to like rob someone that has that access of that car. You know what I mean? It won't be just that easy.
Get him to let you
Yeah.
through the door or whatever.
So that's the thing. G6 workers right now aren't going to be telling anyone but other G6 workers about it because they will be terrified of getting robbed for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is pretty down low information at the moment.
I don't think what else I needed to mention. I don't even know if there was anything else.
There's one
Weed
more
shit
thing.
was my main thing. What's yours?
I need people to learn how the electronics work in the houses.
Oh yeah, that was it.
I woke up the other day and the house was out of power for about 6 hours and everyone was just like, yeah, Sparky didn't pay the bill. And it turns out there was just blown fuses in the back. So
yeah, and you all blamed me, you little fucks. So
we lost out
You're
on...
like the expert of like electrician, you know, you'd be on top of it.
You are the Sparky.
Continue, Steve.
Is a good point. Yeah, so I just need a couple of people to learn it. It's not that difficult. All you have to do is take, I believe it's 80 circuit boards to the guy, the utility guy up by power plant. He's on your contacts app if you're not sure exactly where. You can set the GPS. He gets you to do a little bit of work. There's an electrical box behind him. You do a little bit of work on that until you get to 2 rep. And then at 2 rep, you can buy the blueprint for circuit breakers and the photocell cells, whatever the fuck they're called. And then you can also buy off him a probing device. Shut the fuck up. I know. Move on. We use that.
One of those.
We use that to diagnose the fuses in the house. Okay, so just so you understand, obviously the fuses deteriorate over time, but fuses can also blow, or the circuit breakers, they can also blow. So just because they look like they're about 80% doesn't mean they're actually functioning. So you have to plug them in with the diagnostic tool at the back of the circuit breakers, and it'll tell you whether it's working or broke.
for anyone that thinks all that sounds confusing, if you can break cuffs, you can most definitely do electronics.
Yes, exactly.
All that was to me after that first thing was innuendos, just every single everything.
It's really fucking easy. You just do.
Easy, yeah.
You open it, you check everything's blessed with the fucking reader, and if it isn't, you just replace it. It's so simple.
And just for context, you can check the panel on the house, right? It'll show you how much power the house is using. You need to have enough circuit breakers to deal with the power. So basic circuit breakers deal with 50 watts, and advanced circuit breakers can deal with 125 watts. Which means if your house is over 500 watts, then you'll need advanced circuit breakers along with basics for it to not blow.
It is also Monday, so there's a $5,000 payment. Also, I'm assuming people still have payments on the house. I don't know. I need to put.
I feel like most people don't even know about the house. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Does everyone here know about the house?
Really.
Everyone know or no? We have a third house in Polito, which is where the weed op is now based.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
Yeah, probably
everyone
not.
has to put for. To be fair, wait, how many people here have actually paid it off, Steve?
So the people that have paid the total amount is me, Eli, Max, Matt, Luke, Kenny, Dre.
Okay. And so it's 40 each, right?
Yeah, we could keep it easy and call it 40 each. Yeah, probably more like 43, but we can add the rest with like heist money and shit. It's not a big deal.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, well, since we bought the Polito house, I'm just trying to think if there is. We've got the washing machines. Do we desperately need 5K this week for something?
No. We can.
Well, then let's allow the 5 this week and just make sure everyone focuses on getting the house paid off, and then we'll pick up 5Ks again next week.
That 18K you got, that $18 is
Roof bomb.
more than that.
Can I just one more thing before we go? I just want to let everybody know that I would like it if people, right? If everybody, it's mostly the people who are not here that need to hear this, but people need to really honestly start either communicating with each other, or if you don't communicate with each other, at least just stop the fucking inner conflict, please. Believe me, I've heard. I'm the one who deals with it. So if you can't communicate properly to the other person, then fucking drop it, please, for the love of God. There's no arguing. There's no arguing in front of people that are not outside of the gang, that are not, or they're not in the gang. All right, you either deal with it, and if you don't deal with it, fucking just forget about it.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Please don't communicate to anyone that I grow weed, because
that one.
I wish James were here, to be fair, because I'd be punching him up.
But James.
Wait, why? What happened?
Basically,
yeah, go on.
Junior was pegging James's head. Well, not even pegging James's head. I guess he asked if Luke was around because he needed to get some weed, and then James called me and was like, "Oh yeah, Junior's really needs weed. Can you get me some weed?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll do this one time." And it was apparently he said to Junior, "I'll call Eli and get you some weed," which to everyone, as we had what was it, like two meetings ago?
Yeah, that's the reason why Luke does his job.
Exactly. That's why Luke is here, and Luke passes weed to everyone else, and SK, because I'm out the game publicly.
Okay, I'll speak to James when he comes around, because that's dumb. And he does have a habit of oversharing. He just gets overexcited and just starts yapping.
Yeah,
He's
it's
a
like
yapper.
with the fucking fingerprint thing blueprint that I got yesterday. I was like, don't tell anyone. And we get to the hospital, and he's like, actually no, we got to the roof running spot, and he was like, oh, you guys roof running? Oh, you found anything interesting? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Wait, who did he say that to? Just random people?
Some random dude. I was there trying to sign in.
Oh my God.
I'll chat to him, because it sounds like he's just being stupid.
It doesn't help that the guy fucking keeps ungodly hours, and
Yeah.
you know,
Doesn't help he is stupid.
He just gets excited, bro, and if he
Feel.
sees someone he likes and wants to build a better connection with, he'll just use information as a way to do so. But
yeah, which
I'll
isn't
chat to him.
isn't necessarily a bad thing if the information is if you know the information is going to be public,
and if it's
very soon,
reciprocated.
or if it, yeah, exactly. A good example would be DJ.
I got you.
Do I drink, bro?
Like,
yeah,
me and DJ were
please.
communicating yesterday back and forth about all this shit, and as soon as either of us found out anything about the thermite or the RC cars or anything, we let each other know. So
We
like,
have
I rang him and let him
termites?
know that the thermite, we found the thermite blueprint in the chopping, and he rang me and let me know that the RC car is in the chopping. So when it's reciprocated and it's a two-way thing, it's not too bad. But what are you pointing in that in my
What are
fucking
you
face? I'll
pointing?
fucking take that out of your hand, shove it up your arse sideways, get that out of my face.
He said arse.
Sparky's not around.
He said arse.
Arse.
I'd say devil's advocate for that is that that stuff is going to be found out really quick by everyone anyway. However, yeah, it shouldn't be us that fucking tell everyone.
Oh.
Leave that to you, G.
But yeah.
Right. I believe that's meeting adjourned.
Okay, I have one more announcement.
Oh.
I'm pregnant.
Congrats,
Shut up,
Sparky.
no one asked.
He's a daddy.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How you
Congratulations, Ricky!
Oh, hey, my baby.
Hey, let's go.
Absolutely the hell not.
Hey, my baby.
You have your toes,
I
bro.
mean,
Don't
he's
worry
done.
Can you
about
take me
it.
to roof run quick, Kenny? Can I?
Riff
Let's
run?
go quick. Roof run.
Can I go to a restaurant?